Welcome to the Raisina Ideas Pod. My name is Tara Verma. I'm a visiting fellow at the Brookings Institution in Washington, D.C., and I'm very pleased to welcome in Delhi the Croatian Minister for European and Foreign Affairs, Mr. Grlića Radman. Welcome, and thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for having invited me.
We wanted to go through a number of questions today, typically the idea of a new European solidarity that has emerged. And I wanted to ask you how you think the 3Cs initiative, which is not so well known here, how do you think this initiative contributes to this idea of European solidarity and European cohesion?
The 3Cs initiative is an affirmative and positive initiative established 2016. Our former president, Madam President, she was co-founder together with the Polish president. It is actually the central goal of the initiative, just to lowering the differences in economy between the Western and Central and Eastern European countries, and having in mind that all the countries in the Central and Eastern Europe are well connected and well integrated with West. But however, what remains? There is lack of the connectivity from on north to south axis. And we just recognize three very important sectors just to improve the economy and growth of economy with digital transformation, security, energy diversification, and of course traffic infrastructure. And it was 7 years ago, and now has proven that this initiative is really, in this very challenging and daring time, very, very important. And Croatia contribute with its energy and security. We opened the LNG terminal on Island Kirk as of 1st January 2021. And with a 2.9 BCM capacity, and bearing in mind right now the situation and the crisis and the Russian aggression on Ukraine, we decided just to double up to 6.9. And Croatia is about to be an energy hub. We have capacities, we have potentials, and so we see that not only the European countries around, and also there are others like USA, Germany, France, United Kingdom, and Australia and Japan as well, Indonesia. They want to support the goals of the 3Cs initiative.
So maybe for our viewers, could you tell us what are the 3Cs that are concerned by this initiative and how many countries of the European Union are members of it?
3Cs is the Baltic Sea in northern, and Adriatic Sea in south, and Black Sea in east. It's in the composition of the 12 EU members, 12 countries. And as I said, just our aim is to raise the level of their economic growth at the same level like we have in the Western Europe.
So it's around the idea of prosperity, connectivity that is supposed to bring prosperity.
Yes, prosperity, and so we recognize that there are vital sectors which are very important for our citizens, for Europe, and we are open also to in cooperation with others, and also with India as well, as I today and told to my counterpart in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So it's just this open-ended invitation to support it, although it's initiative just on 12 countries in the European Union.
There was a controversy at some point about the initiative. Could you maybe explain to us what the controversy was about and how the response came from the 3Cs initiative group?
Yes, despite various geopolitical actually interpretation of the 3Cs initiative, and Of course, the investment gap between the West and all the new EU countries remains evident, and it is really something that there is not room for any misinterpretation. We would like to enhance the traffic infrastructure. Connectivity is very important from northern on the north-south axis. We'd like to energy diversification. It's now the top, the main issue, not only in European Union but also worldwide. It's very important the phasing out our dependency on Russian oil and gas. It remains key. And digital transformation. It's something that connected all of us, not only in the 3Cs initiative, but 3Cs initiative is a good platform how we can work together. And it is not, we are not rival to some countries, but we are inclusive. We are inclusive in this regard that so we want to just to raise this level. And it's about of cohesion policy and of course the other sectors of the common interest, like agriculture and others.
So do you see other countries in the EU trying to replicate this model of regional cooperation?
Of course, there are discussion whether we can just include other countries. Ukraine, for example, became their partner, but if you just would include one country, there is precedent also for other countries. So far, it's just not 12 EU members. But of course, we are ready and we are project-oriented and we offer so many possibilities in such fields of the cooperation and various cooperation that for also third countries.
You've mentioned the war in Ukraine and the necessity to reduce the dependency on Russian oil and gas several times already. What would you say the response of the 3Cs initiative was to the beginning of the war in Ukraine?
So first of all, the countries in the 3Cs initiative is also there at the same time the members of the European Union and the members of NATO, most of them, however. And we have really a great responsibility, of course, among the European Union. And through the global gateway strategy is very, very important strategy and framework of the cooperation with others. And we don't see that the war in Ukraine is the war. It's an aggression, and we define it as aggression. Newly we adopted in New York in the General Assembly the resolution on principles based on comprehensive and just and lasting peace. 149 countries signed this resolution. This resolution means that Russia should, without delay, to remove from Ukraine territorial integrity of Ukraine in its internationally recognized borders. And Russia started the war, and it's only Russia who just could stop the war and remove its forces from Ukraine. Otherwise, we have the demise of the world order. If we want to have a world together, and we have to keep on the rules. So we are just witnessing that this rules-based order it's weakened, it's destabilized, and we have to respect rules-based order if we want to work together.
The US has been quite involved in the 3Cs initiative as well. Could you detail what the role of the US is in this?
USA is a stronger supporter of this initiative, and once on the one hand we have this initiative, and on the other we have also the funds project-oriented so initiative among the fund, and every country which has a project in these three fields: energy, traffic infrastructure, and digital transformation, could apply for a project. So far as I know, the Americans they paid 300 invested 300 million American dollars, and it's also up to the countries also to participate with the least 20 million euros. So if you want just to keep it this actively this 3Cs initiative, it must be this 3Cs initiative should not be just in a written form. We have to see the results, the outcomes from this 3Cs initiative, and we would like to connect LNG terminal from Croatia and with a place in Poland. I cannot remember the place, but it is something concrete. And there are so railway projects. For example, every country has an interest. Croatia, having in mind that Croatia is touristic-oriented country, and that it's also car destination for these countries, Poland, Baltic states, and so on. We would like just to strengthen, to enhance our traffic infrastructure. The good news that Croatia is already in Schengen zone, so the last obstacle was removed. We introduced euro as a currency, European currency, so Croatia is really open. And if you just set on in Stockholm, and you can just come without delay and stop over somewhere just to the borders.
Just before we were doing this, you were on a panel, a panel in the plenary about the Eastern shift in EU politics. And so we were talking about this new geopolitical Europe, a Europe with new ambitions. Sitting here in New Delhi, I have to ask you to end this discussion. How do you see Croatia's engagement in the Indo-Pacific with this new European will to do more?
Very well, and I said that through this global gateway and strategy, it's really a concrete framework, and through Croatia intends to be part of and to be linked with such countries. And also this topic team, I spoke with my colleague, the Indian Minister of Foreign Affairs, who is also interested in doing to cooperate in this initiative. Of course, we see India is a key partner in implementing EU's Indo-Pacific strategy. Of course, there are many similarities sort of with India's Indo-Pacific Oceans initiative as well. So it will definitely be possible to work together for the region's stability, security, prosperity, and sustainable development. And my country, Croatia, recognized this political, economic, and historical, of course, differences of Indo-Pacific countries. We respect history, different experience, but however, we want to avoid further polarization in the region, in the interest of the common society.
Thank you, Minister, for joining us at the Raisina Ideas Pod.
I thank you. Thank you very much.